Hello dear Final Fantasy and non-Final Fantasy fans, this is Kitty, and with this video I'm gonna start a new format which I personally enjoy watching on other YouTube channels. It's the Versus series, and today we start with Tidus from 10 versus Bartz from 5. We're gonna analyze both of these characters concerning their strength, special abilities, whom they've beaten, and maybe some character features to find out who is the stronger one. Before I begin, I want to clarify that I'm not gonna be reacting too much on Dissidia because it would simply break the mold, and I don't consider Dissidia being a normal plot sequel anyway. We begin with Tidus. Tidus is a 17-year-old boy from Xanarkand who travels time, joins the pilgrimage of Summoner Yuna to be her guardian in the fight against Sin, his father, and he is affected to Blitzball. He's right-handed and fights with a single-hand sword. Very early in the game, a special weapon is donated to him, which is the Brotherhood, the former sword of Wakka's little brother Chappu. His celestial weapon is the Khaled Bulk, that contains break damage limit, triple overdrive, evade and counter, and magic counter. His attacks become stronger the more HP he owns. Tidus is very agile and therefore catches foes that are fast and small. The higher the level, the better he even gets in reaching flying monsters that are usually the targets of Wakka. He's mostly known and used for his abilities of Velocity, Quick Hit, Delay Attack, Sloga, and Hastiga, and Provoke. He can even improve his strength for 5 rounds through his special ability Cheer. His overdrive swordplay finds expression in 4 different kinds of attacks: the Spiral Cut, Slice and Dice, Energy Rain, and the best one, Blitz Ace. All of his overdrives can inflict critical hits. The only protection he owns is a small shield on his arm, so he has to avoid as many conflicts as he can, as for when he's assaulted by an enemy, he's hurt badly because his HP rate isn't that high either. If it gets too risky for him, he can just flee battle together with the group. Tidus doesn't take things hard. He's rather a cheerful person who always tries to encourage people and find a way out if they're in trouble. He is very loyal to his companions and would also risk his life for them. Due to his reliability and the attitude to never giving up, he is an essential member in the fight against Sin. Yuna did the final stroke, as for she's the summoner, but I think Tidus did a great job at weakening the enemy through his quick hits. Now let's go on with 20-year-old Bartz from Lix, who is a wanderer and loves traveling around the world with his chocobo. He is the tallest of the party, and also leads them in the fight against Zack's death. He primarily uses the sword as well, the Brave Blade, or rather prefers close combat, as his most fitting jobs are Knight, Monk, or Gladiator. But on the theoretical level, you could teach him every job you like. I personally taught him White Mage, Time Mage, Sorcerer, Lantern Trainer, besides Knight. Let's just keep in mind that he's got a little talent in magic, at least more than Tidus, I suppose. If we stay with the Gladiator though, it might be useful to know that Bartz's element is wind. Funny because he doesn't like heights, but okay. And the finisher move of this job is enhanced rapidly by this element, so he almost does max damage to the enemy. And as a knight, he can alternately fight two-handedly. He's also quickly in battle, but his stats are rather designed for stamina and physical strength. In case of an emergency, he can use the special ability Guard, which allows him to deflect physical damage. But normally, his high defense skills and armor serve him with enough shelter. Bartz is a curious and funny little guy. He's conscious enough, though, to join Princess Lena, a girl he just met. And after Ferris and Galov are with them, he surprisingly is chosen by the crystals to be the Light Warrior and to save the world. A very risky task which he masters through unbelievable endurance, keeping calm and believing in his friends. Now, what would a fight between these two lovable and buoyant characters look like? Tidus would definitely be the quicker one. Before Bartz could do a thing, he would have already casted Slow on him and Haste on himself, which raises his accuracy into a critical level for Bartz. Then he would slash him with a row of quick hits to take it out of him, as long as he can avoid the counterattacks. But soon as Bartz finally reaches him, he would take great damage out of the hit due to his low defense. Bartz would take advantage of this and do another stroke on him, maybe even cast a few spells, I don't know. This would only leave Tidus to flee and hide for a while until he's recovered from his wounds. Fortunately, he has an ace in a hole with his overdrives. Use Blitz Ace on Bartz a single time and he might be done for. Plus, I know this sounds a little bit far-fetched, but imagine the combat would happen in the hills or the mountains. Tidus wouldn't give a shit, but his adversary suffers from vertigo. The battle wouldn't last 2 seconds. Apart from this, both of them could have skills in healing themselves. As soon as Tidus finishes his part of the sphere grid, it'd be convenient to go on with Yuna's abilities to learn. And if you trained Bartz the way I did, he also became a passable white mage, so if anyone would bite the dust, it wouldn't be for the lack of potions and stuff. Of course, I have to say, Tidus is just a guardian and only there to protect the main character within the party, which is Yuna. And Bartz, on the other hand, is a chosen one, like the Warrior of Light from 1 or Luneth from 3. He's a little bit more special and light engulfed than Tidus, especially because he's just a dream. Well, it gets metaphysical, I guess. Bartz mainly defeated Axe Death, and I don't know if Tidus could catch up to that. Or whether Bartz would have also done a great job at Yuna's side, I don't know. They're both very good supporters in the group, and share many character features like the loyalty and vivacity, for example. It would be a long and a precarious battle between these two, but if you focus on the special attacks, which can easily decide a battle in most cases, I'd say the overdrives of Tidus, combined with his extra abilities, would kill Bartz off. It'd be a narrow margin though. Hence, I declare Tidus the winner. Besides, I hope it wouldn't come that far that these two fight each other, because I think they would make a pretty good team. Who else thinks that Tidus and Bartz would get along well, and who do you want to see in the next Versus series? Let me know in the comments.